Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Checkerboard Kids Show. I'm your host, Checkerphil, in full effect, and I just wanted to say I'm so glad to be here now. And our special guest for today, let's hear it for Scott. Hold it. Now, Scott. Now, I'm looking at your name. It's always hard for me to pronounce here because I'm confused by the P and the H. Is it
Klopfenstein. It's Klopfenstein, Klopfenstein.
Because I was going to go with Klopfenstein.
Yeah, it's the pff that gets people. Yeah. And usually if you hear pff by itself, that's not good. It's, the sound of disdain.
Yeah. Klopfenstein.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
It means stone pounder.
Stone pounder?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, my name is Dejean, and that's basically, in French, it's son of John, so it's Johnson. It's very, reckless.
Kind of the Yoda way to get around to it. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Now, for those of you that might have been living under a rock that you would have been pounding, Scott is in many different bands. I guess
That's a nice way to bring it around, by the way.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Many different bands. He is in Real Big Fish, and going from Real Big Fish to also the Littlest Man group.
Yeah, Littlest Man
Band.
Yeah.
Now, why the Littlest Man?
It was something that was one of those things that just kind of came out of nowhere. Somebody was asking me, I was working on a musical project, and what are you going to call it? I was like, I'm just going to call it the Littlest Man. And it seriously came just like that. And I like it. It refers to the little tiny person inside, The
little man inside, little man?
I figure, this is just a vessel.
Uh-huh.
It's a machine, it's a vessel, though it's organic, it's basically, and it's the soul, us, what we are is, it's the littlest man.
Wow.
It has nothing to do with, the obvious crass jokes.
Oh, no, yeah. No, I actually was thinking of the movie Double Indemnity with, what was that? Who was in Double Indemnity again? I think, what's that dude's name? George, the guy that's like, yeah, see, yeah.
Oh, Cagney?
No, not Cagney. Who?
Edward G. Robinson.
Edward G. Robinson, yeah. He's always talking about the little man inside. It's kind of his intuition. He's always going, that little man inside was just telling me that, that Fred McMurray is up to shenanigans right now.
Fred McMurray is always up to shenanigans.
Yeah, and he was. And Double Indemnity. Check that out. Peep that. Film noir action, for those of you. Now, golly, other stuff. Before you started here, you said, I gotta go put stuff inside my shoes.
Yeah.
What's that?
I was having issues getting when I moved out to New York, and Littlest Man Band disbanded. It actually was kind of
so it did disband.
It did.
I read it on Wikipedia,
and it was actually pretty emotional. All those cats were my closest friends from high school, and we played music together. The Scholars, and so I actually carried some emotional wounds from it. And I've been living in New York now for 5 years and haven't really played since. And so I was having this anxiety attack about playing an open mic night at the Sidewalk with a friend of mine. And it came to me almost in a dream that I needed something to tell my feet where it needed to be. And as long as my feet knew where they needed to be, everything would be okay. And so I had this revelation that I needed dots. I needed place markers under my socks, in my feet, where I can feel them, in my shoes, so that I can constantly know that wherever my feet are is where I'm supposed to be.
What are these dots made out of?
They're made out of leather. My wife made them for me.
Aw, that's sweet.
Yes, she encourages my neuroses.
Are these special colored dots, or are they just leather?
They're red, and they have a nice spiral pattern in the stitching. They're beautiful. They're great. Yeah.
Wow.
And so whenever I'm not playing with Real Big Fish and I do my own things, I wear them.
So that's just for that.
So that I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Excellent. All right. Now, Real Big Fish, the whole posse is in California, right?
Yeah.
And you're here in New York, so people are always very curious. How do you make that work?
We don't practice much because we don't not play much. We're kind of always on the road, so.
You work it out there on the dance floor.
Yeah, it's usually the one or two shows are a little, but I've been playing these songs, some of these songs since I was 16. I'll be 33 this month.
Holy smokes.
And if I can't play these songs well enough then there's something wrong with me.
Right. Now, I look back to the early. How long have you had the beard?
I've been working on the beard for like 4 months, 5 months, something like that, maybe 6.
Wow, so that's 6 months of beard?
Yeah, I try to grow out a big beard, and then something comes up like a wedding, or I screw it up shaving and trimming, and I have to shave it down. And our drummer Ryland he's kind of made it into a point of pride now. He's like, every time it gets long, he's like, oh, I'm probably gonna screw up shaving, and do it. So now I take my time shaving it. I'm going to a wedding next weekend, and I'm not shaving it unless the bride wants me to, and then I will not fight a bride, man.
Wow.
I'm not gonna see that happen, because they are terrifying.
How could they request it? Okay, guys, I'm having my wedding, and I don't want Scott with a beard.
Well, it's kind of like inviting another guest. You know what I mean? Like, the thing is ominous. Like, you're looking around, you're seeing your family and friends and all the stuff, and then all of a sudden there's someone there that you weren't really intending to invite, which is the beard. And like I said, like, brides, whatever they want on their wedding day, seriously, I will not fight a bride.
When I had my beard, I used to just sit and stroke it all the time.
Oh yeah, no, it's fantastic. And I condition, and I brush.
Wow.
Make sure that there's no dead skin in it.
Oh, cool. Do you do 100 strokes?
I don't. I brush out, and then I brush down. I brush out, and brush down.
Oh, so that's why it's so fluffy.
Yeah.
I was going to get an Afro pick for mine.
Yeah.
That would be a good one. Let's see. Other questions? Before you do some playing here, because I'm very curious. And over here, my big source, Wikipedia over here, it says when you do your stuff, your solo stuff, here, this is the one under you. It said like your solo stuff, not of it's not in the style of Real Big Fish. They said you can't do it because it's too different. What's this?
I don't even understand what that means. What I do, my thing is it's not in the style of Real Big Fish.
Yes.
I mean, I wrote a song for Real Big Fish on our Cheer Up record called Drunk Again. And that was that's more similar to what I do. There's a lot of blues and jazz involved, but a lot of musical, like theatrical influence. My father was a theatrical designer.
A theatrical designer?
He would build sets and design them and things like that in LA and in Southern California. So I was constantly around musical theater, and I actually went to a school for the performing arts for musical theater.
Any particular plays or musical things you like?
I did, yeah. I mean, I'm a huge Sondheim fan. I think he's incredible. Sweeney Todd, I think, is a work of dissonant brilliance. I mean, it's a great story, but the music is just incredible.
Any
I
other
don't know
one?
how you think like that.
I mean, me personally, I like Jesus Christ Superstar.
Jesus Christ Superstar is a great one. I like Gilbert and Sullivan, as campy as that can be. There's just something, Pirates of Penzance is a great show.
Oh, sure. I like
great show. The version when Kevin Kline, was in it was fantastic.
Kevin Kline, he is off the hook.
Yeah.
He can do it. I mean, seriously, I want to take it to the pirate. I'm thinking about the pirate movie, which is the Pirates of Penzance thing. But sorry, I'm thinking about what was that other movie where he was kicking ass and doing the sword fighting? Princess Bride. Princess Bride. That movie kicked butt. You ever saw that one?
Like Kevin Kline's and.
Oh, sorry, I'm confusing him. Who's that other dude that was in that?
Mandy Patinkin.
Yeah, man, that dude kicks butt.
Yeah, or Mandy Patinkin, who's also got an incredible singing voice.
That's who I was thinking. Sorry, I confused Kevin Kline.
His Evita was incredible.
Kevin Kline was a fish called Wanda.
Yeah.
Good stuff there. Yeah. So cool. So I'm not so good at that stuff, but darn it. Cool. Other cool stuff to ask about. Oh yeah. So eventually down the road. So you're here in New York. Broadway's here. All these things. You're thinking about what's your future stuff? You're thinking about plays.
Yeah, I have a few ideas of short stories that I've been working on to see how they would be developed into something that could be done on the independent theater stage. I don't know if I'd ever go as far as big, huge. But
rock musical.
Yeah, but
Jim Steinman style.
I do like intimate, like black box theater and independent theater. You can do so much more, and you can not have to be as family friendly.
Family friendly? Oh, okay.
Not that I think that family friendly is bad.
Hold on, are you trying to say, you know what? Speaking of family friendly stuff, that would be like the equivalent of like the Disney, like, you know.
Well, and that's the thing, though. I mean, if you think about, like, Disney stuff used to be, what's considered family-friendly now is no longer, it wasn't what family-friendly used to be. If you watch a lot of those Disney cartoons, that's terrifying stuff.
Oh, no, I was actually meaning the Broadway shows. I just saw the Mary Poppins version.
Oh, okay. But right? Disney is the one who changes the concept of family-friendly in this country, I feel like. I'm not getting down on Disney, you know, whatever. But, you know, it's what you could get away with back then, back when I was a kid, and was family friendly, and now it's completely different. There was a total dark and like side to kids stuff, you know, and now that dark side has.
Sure, I remember seeing Song of the South back then as a kid.
That's a whole different time.
Kid got freaking gored by a bull, and don't even get me started on the racism.
Yeah, that's a racist film.
Yeah, no doubt. The shocking stuff there. Who thought that Phoebe Wallingford from All My Children would be in such a you know? It's starting at times back then.
Right.
Who thought?
Yeah.
Now, I guess I'll ask the questions first and then let you do your thing.
That works.
Right?
Yeah,
Is that cool? Now, like Sunday morning? Okay. Let's see. What everybody always asks about musical influences, but now I want to ask about what do you like to listen to, as opposed to what influences you, because I guess those are two different whole things.
I'm a huge fan of Bartók's Concerto for Orchestra.
Wow.
That is one of the best 34 to 37 minutes you can spend in your life.
I'm getting this down as a Bartók.
It's a ridiculous piece of music. What have I been listening to lately? John Zorn's Electric Masada. I like really noisy, bombastic things that there are things that I can play and that I can't play when my wife are home. Oh. A lot of the things that I really love are the things I can't play because they make people uncomfortable.
Really?
A lot of like noise.
Yeah, hold on. Wasn't Zorn working with like Eno and Glass?
He's just known for his like crazy noise, free jazz composition. I think he's great. I mean, he's a great composer and he's a great sax player.
Cool. Are any other ones?
What else have I been listening to?
What are you feeling right now? Oh, here's a question for you. What was the last actual real CD you bought? Have you, like, you know, what makes a musician go out and buy a CD?
That you can't get Zappa records on iTunes.
Dude, heck yeah.
That's what I go and buy, is Zappa records. Really?
You know, I love Frank Zappa. Actually, I have the same birthday as Frank Zappa. He was born 1940, December 21st.
I was going to say, I didn't think you were that.
No. Actually, I was born 1967, December 21st. I was born on his birthday. Oh. And I love a lot of his. Actually, I had a lot of bootleg tapes of his music when I was a kid, and just like long, drawn out versions of "Bamboozled by Love" and just all that stuff. It's just fantastic.
Oh yeah, great musicianship.
The guitar solos, it just went on and on and on. Yep. I just loved it.
Yep, Frank was great. He was an incredible musician, and they don't make people like that anymore.
They sure don't. I mean, they compartmentalize a lot of people. Like, this person's just good at this. This person's just good at this. But now, you know, I guess you say you're breaking that mold because you play guitar, you play horn, you sing, you do all these different things. You are like a Renaissance man.
Yeah, well, the thing with Frank was he kind of was familiar with it all, you know, and he kind of mushed it all together. He had a great vision, and these days, I hate to say that I don't know if people are open-minded enough, but you know, I remember if it doesn't have a category and a fashion style that goes with it, I'm not sure it can be followed.
I was remembering watching a film called I think it was The World's Greatest Sinner, and Frank Zappa did the score for it. It was one of his early scores. He approached the dude and said, "Please let me score your film," and he did, and it was fantastic.
Nice,
you know, great stuff. All right, let's see. Oh, hell, do you also act too?
I mean,
I can see that coming in.
I studied through high school. I haven't done it in forever.
But now that you're writing, and I guess
yeah, I mean, it's like it would be one of those things I want to get back into studying it. I think like if you're going to do something, do it right and wrong.
Dude, right and wrong?
Yeah. So go out and do it, but while you're doing it, study it as well. Because you'll be constantly getting better, and you have to make mistakes to know that you're doing something wrong, and then you find out how to fix that problem.
So you learn by jumping in there and doing. So all you people out there, you Utes out there that want to like, how do I suddenly become a rock star? How do I do this or that? Like go out there and I guess just do it.
Yeah, I mean
just
that's kind of the way it goes. Don't expect to make any money, but yeah.
Ding. So yeah, I mean you were doing no money.
Well, I mean, we make enough to be able to survive and do it as a living.
Yeah, you could afford leather for making dots.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's like we work really hard to continue to be able to do it, I mean, if we don't play, we don't get paid, and, it's just like any kind of business. We're the product.
Do you ever get you ever get angry that you're like, darn it, come on,
I mean,
we need dough. We need to eat.
It's gotten a little weird with shows here and there, but luckily our fans are ridiculously loyal.
Thank goodness.
We have an incredible group of kids and young adults that follow us.
You've seen them grow. They grow with you.
Oh,
they
yeah.
grow with you. And new fans come.
I heard some girl came up to me, bless her little heart, and she said, my parents played Turn the Radio Off when my mom was pregnant with me, which means that she's been born. She was in the womb and been born and now coming to my show.
Wow. So even in utero listening to this.
Yeah,
bobbing her head to Snoop Doggy Dogg.
It was one of those things where we're like, wow, that's crazy.
You're raising a new generation. And
I hope we're doing an okay job.
Right on. Yeah. All right. So let's just leave it at that. All right. Now that we're throwing that out there, we covered the music stuff. How about books? Any books? I mean, you're an avid reader.
I do. I read a lot. I haven't been able to. I've been like really spread all over the place recently with reading.
What do you like science fiction or what do you into?
It depends. I mean, I like comic books.
Oh, dude, can I get a what on that? Hell yeah.
I like. I'm constantly always reading through Thich Nhat Hanh's *The Miracle of Mindfulness*.
Whoa!
It's a book on meditation.
Oh, dude.
What else?
So it's a book that you go back to.
Yeah. It's kind of a manual on different meditation practices and ways to keep yourself in constant mindfulness of the day and where you're at. Kind of, like the dots in the feet is this is where I am, this is where I'm supposed to be in the moment. What else? I picked up In Cold Blood the other day.
Wow.
And I just kind of started that, thought that was interesting. I'm trying to think of what I've been reading.
I've actually been reading a lot
I just picked up the new Nina Simone book. But I haven't really gotten into that either.
Well, you just save them for when you're on tour or stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I get a lot of reading done when we're on the road. When I'm at home, I do, I spend a lot of time with my wife and try to practice and get better at whatever it is that I'm trying to do. And
doing so many different things.
That's true.
All right, now I was reading it. I was reading up in here. It said that in September 2005, you were diagnosed with, how do I pronounce it?
Guillain-Barré.
Guillain-Barré syndrome?
Yeah.
Wow. And you were in New Zealand when this happened.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So what happened?
I got paralyzed.
Not with fear, but...
No. It was this really... And I know it's going to seem insane, but it was this really cool thing that happened. We were in the UK. I caught a cold. We were flying from the UK to New Zealand. So we hopped on the plane in Heathrow, and we flew to Singapore for a layover. And all of a sudden, I felt crazy. I just felt nuts. Like my body felt kind of drunk, and I don't drink. And so I was just like, all right, cool, this is weird. I thought I was just tired or what have you. So then we landed we flew to New Zealand. We got to Auckland, and I was like, dude, I feel nuts.
You were getting bandy legs?
Yeah, I just like the whole body felt more and more drunk, and so I thought it was just jet lag. And everybody, I'm kind of a dramatic individual, so the band just kind of like, oh, suck it up. And so we went out to dinner. We walked around. I tried to just shake it off. I was like, maybe I just need a good night's sleep. So we went to sleep. I woke up in the morning, same thing. I just tried to muster through. But then we got to sound check, and I couldn't play. I couldn't play guitar. I couldn't, like, my fingers were not moving. like properly.
Wow.
And I got really freaked out, and so they took me to the hospital, and the doctors they basically said after they said I couldn't leave for a week. Because I had this thing and they needed to watch me. And so within the course of really a day, I went from pretty much being able to get around by myself to being completely bedridden. And not being, yeah, I mean, like I was paralyzed. Like this was like what I could do to try to feed myself.
Holy smokes.
You know, and so I had to have this wonderful, wonderful nurse. She helped me out, feeding me and taking me to the bathroom, and was a wonderful woman. I was in a room with a guy who actually also had Guillain-Barré syndrome, and he was paralyzed completely, wasn't breathing on his own either, and he'd been like that for 62 weeks.
Whoa, so you were like, I bet really kind of nervous.
Yeah, I mean, so I asked, I was like, is this possible? And she's like, it takes a week for it to run its course. And I was like, what can I do? She says, just be positive. So I started joking around with all the doctors there. My wife flew out. I mean, you know,
how'd you get it?
It's just being lucky.
Oh wow! Was it the cold or?
It was, yeah. Basically, what happens is your body goes to attack the virus, whatever it is. But a lot of viruses have similar protein-based membranes surrounding them as your peripheral nerves do, which are the nerves that conduct the messages between the brain and the body.
Right.
So after your immune system kills off the virus, it's so excited that it did such a great job, it starts to go to work on your peripheral nerves.
Oh, that's
so the brain's fine, the body's fine. They're just not talking anymore. They're kind of, you know, it's they lose cell phone reception.
Oh my goodness! And now, yeah, were you having drooling, difficulty swallowing?
No, I didn't. I had a thing called the Miller-Fisher variant.
Yeah, I see the Miller-Fisher variant.
Gets even more exciting. Yeah, like I started to feel it in my hands. Like it usually works its way from this up, but I was like feeling in my hands and stuff, and I could still kind of walk. So yeah, I had an unusual case.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, I was out there. My wife came and got me. We came back here to New York, and I had all sorts of tests, and I was off the road for a while. I had physical therapy 3 times a week for 4 hours a day, and got in the best shape of my life. Right. And it was awesome. It was a great experience, actually.
But they said that you went out for a New Year's show.
I did. I went out for a little while against my doctor's recommendations. Like I should have been walking around with my cane. I wasn't. And the thing with Guillain-Barré is you're not supposed to stress yourself because it can it can keep you from healing completely. So
stress.
I pushed. Yeah, and I went out and I went to Europe actually, and they had to fly me home from Amsterdam because I had a little bit of a nervous breakdown.
Oh, good.
Because I'd been pushing myself so hard, and I'd gotten sick so many times because it's an immune problem. So, yeah, I tried. I didn't like not being able to play and be out on the road with the guys. You know,
other people that they said that
team player.
The other people they said that have had it. President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Yeah. They've changed his original thing. Right. Andy Griffith. Yep. William the Refrigerator Perry, the football player, and also Barack Obama's aunt. But I just got the indication that it's time for you to Barack Obama's aunt. So you're not in bad company. So it's about that time. You're going to play a little music for us?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure.
I appreciate you coming.
For sure. Yeah. Let me take this bad boy off.
Right on. Yeah. There you go.
So quiet.
Yeah, exactly. So what is this little ditty that you're going to play for us?
Well, I had an acting teacher who told me never to make excuses, but I never listened. I had a fellow who was playing with me before, and he couldn't unfortunately make it this evening. So I've never really played these songs by myself in front of anybody, so I don't know how this is going to go.
Yeah. Right on. Go for it.
But this first song is actually if you think about things as a musical, this would be the beginning of the musical. But so I have to. played the wrong time signature. That's awesome. Screw it. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? I am. Who's afraid he can't tell the truth? I am. Life feels deeper by candlelight, like a picture caught in black and white of a big, strong, sensitive man in a crowd, screaming out loud, everything is great, I'm the only one I hate. And when self-loathing pays the bills, selling it to all the Jack and Jills, lets the sunlight shine through my stained glass mind, to paint with colors for the blind, and add another page to the book of the daily grind, and add another page to the book of the daily grind. Ta-da.
Beautiful.
So there's that.
Right on.
So then, this next tune would introduce your two main characters, which in any good story are always a boy and a girl, you know, and you get the gist of the dynamic between the two, I think, from the... The song's called Hands Out, Holds Down. Gotta do it faster. That's nice. You gotta bounce, you know? The sheets were warm and wrinkled, the bold scent of lilac was still hanging around. His body pale and naked, a silent screeching orchestra, that old familiar sound. Breath of the vial, throat scorched with bile, and all the while digs up a smile, pretty pleased with himself. Something somebody said, that I can't keep on holding my hands out, holding my hands out to hold you down. I can't keep on holding my hands out, holding my hands out to hold you down. Remember that women always love the bastard, his credo like a pat on the back. She goes to work and slaves for hours, he sits around and watches himself get fat. She carries him filled to the brim
program with Jack and Jim. Said she's sorry that he's acting this way. He's really good down inside. The real him is Jekyll, though right now he's Hyde. But I can't keep on holding my hands out, holding my hands out to hold you down. I can't keep on holding my hands out, holding my hands out to hold you down. But most mouths are filled with empty threats, a few kind words, and everybody forgets the sins of the past. One foot out the door, one foot in my mouth. Two hearts break as one when good love goes south. One foot out the door, one foot in my mouth. Two hearts break as one when good love goes south. One foot out the door, one foot in my mouth. Two hearts break as one.
Woo. All right.
And then,
Sounds like a hit.
I guess I got one more.
Okay,
You know,
go for it.
and this is a, I'm not really sure. This is actually, this is like the newest thing I've written lately. Like this other stuff I've kind of been working on for a while, but this is the newest thing. I'm not sure where it works into the whole story of things, but it's very personal.
Go for it.
These are parts of the part where you play. Just imagine something really beautiful.
This house has eyes, ears, a nose, and a mouth with teeth to chew the seeds that sow. relied upon, shirt sleeves long and old. Shoot for the moon and hit the roof. Find yourself a groom to use and soothe and take. Watch its simple neck bend and break. But if you stay, won't you stay? Oh God, you're missing the mark. She swore there had to be more than there had ever been, hidden within the walls. So she bowed her head when it was time to be strong, so she could make it through like she was always told to. And polish the brass till it shines. Beat the brat till he minds and learns his place. Smack a big old grin upon his face, and he'll be still. Please be still. Oh God, you're missing the mark. Never stand in front of a speeding train. Never get your heart confused with your brain. Have all your fun or stretch or you'll get sore. Let's not try to go out like the dinosaur. Never stand in front of a speeding train. Never get your heart confused with your brain. Have all your fun but stretch or you'll get sore. Let's not try to go out like the dinosaur. So never get angry, 'cause then you'll be angry. So always be happy, 'cause we like happy. Never get angry, 'cause then you'll be angry. So always be happy, 'cause we like happy. So get back on the horse. Get back on the horse. Get back on the horse. Get back on the horse.
Excellent. Very nice. And now, one last question I got to ask before.
Yeah.
What do you? We were talking about because the earlier stuff, you can see this like a kind of a Sondheim kind of a structure going on there and influence. But what do you think about the more modern musicals? I guess like the Rent or In the Heights kind of musicals.
I like them. I mean, like I see where they're at, but like they're kind of also at the same place I think most of pop music is, which is like. It's all a lot of cheap thrills.
Ah, yes. I wonder what Bono and the Edge are planning for that Spider-Man thing.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the Spider-Man thing. You know, I mean, yeah, who knows? I mean, it's all it's all personal, and so people like it and they dig it, but I think I don't know if there's room for people like a guy like Sondheim anymore to do the things that he did with like his scary like. I mean, you look at a thing like Into the Woods, which is this huge, long,
fantastic.
It's two musicals in one, and I don't know if people have the attention span or the willingness to invest that much of themselves emotionally, mentally, or spiritually into anything these days.
Wow.
I mean, I hate to be cynical, but, I'd love to be proven wrong. That's prove me wrong any day of the week, but,
You got that story.
Yeah. The last of his songs.
Hold it. Wait a second. You didn't get the conversation we just had?
It's on the DVD.
It's on the DVD. Don't make me kill you! Thank you.
To the next production.
Okay, great. All right, thank you so much, Scott. All right, hold on. Let's get this last part. I'll shake his hand one more time, and then we'll get. Thanks, Ken. Thank you.
My pleasure. Yeah.
Well done. All right, I'll strike the set, and let's put up the new one real fast, and we'll do this thing. Thank you.